How are you doing? I'm going to do this real quick. Let's see, I think I have to go into this thing. We are going to be doing some quilting. I'm trying to remember how to do that. Content. How do I do that? I have not done it in so long. I think it's... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do something that I haven't done in forever. There we go. There we go. We got it. Hopefully people aren't just watching me be a silly goose over here while I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Okay. Hello, Nancy, Crystal, Linda, Sheila. Hello. Hello, everyone. I have to get this quilt done. I've been dragging my feet. Not really. I just have had a lot going. A lot of quilts going. So this is one. I actually have to add a label to it, so I'm going to unwrap it and everything and add a label to it tomorrow. And then let me go get the other quilt. It's on the frame. Well, not on the frame. It was sitting. I finished quilting this one. It's a Chiefs quilt. I know we didn't win, but and you can't, with how crazy the front is, you can kind of see the pantograph on here, but it has Kansas City Chiefs on it, and it's got helmets and stuff that has KC on it. And then the back of the quilt is a football. And the quilting is really fun on it. You can see it on the back. So I need to add a label to this one as well. And then I will bind it. There are 3 quilts in this order. So this is number 2. And then number 3, I actually have loaded on the frame. I just have to wind some bobbins and quilt it out. And Zoe is up there crying. We just put them down and she's crying about something. Doctor appointment went really well. I'll go back actually on my birthday. My birthday is December 13th. And so I've started going every 2 weeks now. So that's quite the milestone. We're technically in the 3rd trimester now. And we will do surgery scheduling after my next appointment. So we'll know exactly when we're having baby Archie. Zoe is like screaming up there. I apologize. I'm gonna go run up and make sure she's okay. She fell out of her bed last night. Usually it's because a blanket fell and she gets upset. And instead of getting up out of bed and picking it up, she cries. So I'm gonna go check in on Zoe real quick and I will be right back. I apologize. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Whew. She was upset because she had a toy that she brought into her room that belongs to Addington, and he really needed it back in his room. So she was quite upset. And I'm like out of breath running up. Hello, Maureen. Okay, so let's just get it done, okay? It's probably going to take about an hour and a half. It's not a huge quilt. It's like 50 by like 60. And we're doing orange peels because I couldn't find a Steelers themed pantograph. There's football ones, but I wanted something that mimicked the logo of the Steelers. So I sent the client a few different ideas. I sent her some football ones. And then what I thought was going to be really fun was the orange peels. And if you're not big into football, I'll show you the fabric and show you why I thought orange peels would work. But it's got that nice like diamond in the center, which is just like the logo. And obviously the orange peel's in a circle. And so yeah, I thought it fit well and she did too. And so we're going to quilt it in yellow. But I need to wind some bobbins. When I was little, my blanket was so heavy, if it fell off, I couldn't get it back on the bed. I had to have a side rail on my bed to keep the blanket. Yeah. We had a side rail on Addington's bed, on his big boy bed, when we transferred him or like transitioned him into that. And for some reason, we haven't put one on her bed. So we need to add that side rail onto her side. But I think also she is, sometimes they're just a little bit finicky and they don't want to go to bed. And sometimes it takes a few times of going in there and saying, listen, go to bed. We will have all the fun tomorrow. Chill out. But she does have this one quilt that, or not a quilt, it's a crocheted blanket that my mother made her. And it's really, really heavy. It's like that really thick, chunky yarn. So that's really heavy. And she is, a little girl. So I understand that falling out and her getting upset. But sometimes it's like, really? Really? Something fell out of your bed. You can literally get up. If they have a nightlight, it's not super dark in there. You can always tell when they're pulling your chain just a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. But you always go up and make sure they're okay. Okay, so this is the quilt. I'm in my pajamas. Don't judge. This is the quilt Steelers fabric, and I'm going to do yellow, but I need to wind some bobbins. So I'm going to grab some over here. I think it'll take probably 2, but let's just wind 3 in case. Oh gosh. Okay. And we're going to quilt it in this yellow. I think it's going to look really cool on the quilt. And the backing is going to be really fun because this is going to show up on that brown really well. The Chiefs quilt that I did white thread. So I'm going to put my empty bobbin here, and I have to unwind these. I have to get more bobbins. You can never have too many. I waste so much thread taking these off. I feel like I need like 1,000 of them. I guess I can talk about, I got the Oliso iron, and in my last live I used it for a little bit. And I guess I can tell you my review. I used it a few more times in the process of doing my quilting recently, and I love it. It gets so stinking hot. My Rowenta is a great iron. I love it. It's affordable. I haven't had any issues with it, but it just like doesn't get as hot. And using that and feeling how hot that got, I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. So I'm really happy with that purchase. I'm kind of an iron nerd. It's fun. Hi, Kelly. How are you? I know. I feel like it's so far or few and far between when I come on here. But I had, oh, I guess that's already empty. I had a quilt that's been loaded and I just need to get it quilted. So I figured, why not hop on here and hang out? I've already done the hard part of piecing it and loading it and all that. I can probably turn on my light. Hold on, let me go get my light on. Probably doesn't help much, but. And then my bobbin winder's over here, so I'll rotate you a little bit. Okay. We are going to take those 3 bobbins. I think it's just going to take 3. I'm not going to do it super dense. And the orange peel is not as detailed as the Chiefs one was, so I don't think it'll take more than 3. Might not even take more than 2, but we'll see. Always wind more than you think you'll need, because taking the thread off the machine to wind another bobbin and then having to rethread your machine is never fun. We've all been there. Okay. Could probably, I'm doing pretty well. That's good, that's good. Are you doing any traveling lately? Turn this on. We can do our plumb line and baste our quilt while our bobbin is winding. Sorry. Oh, bye, Nancy. Take care. We'll see you again. Get some rest. Alright, let's wind another one while we get this quilt set up. I think I'm going to do a thread order here soon. And get some more thread and some more colors and some replacements of the colors that I use a lot of. I use a lot of cool gray. Not right now. Our next cruise is in February. Oh, that's coming up. That'll be here before you know it. Where are you going to? Here we go. Alright, I'm going to plumb line this. Horizontal, base. I'm going to start doing this where I baste it with the bobbin that's in there and the needle from the previous quilt. And then I change my needle and my bobbin. That way I'm using what's in my bobbin and not wasting as much thread. And it allows me to just like get started because I already have a needle in there, I already have the bobbin in there, and I can kind of just get that first step of setting up the quilt on the, getting it straight on the frame without having to do a ton of prep work. Alright, I was hoping to get these 3 done this weekend, but with the labels, those take a little bit of time to like design and then print out and then iron on and then sew on. And I'm gonna just make a patch for the office one, but I'm gonna sew these football ones into the corner of the quilt with the binding. I really like how that looks, but I'm not gonna like rip my binding off of the office on both sides to get it on. So yeah, but we're gonna get it done this week, and then I have some quilts coming in for Longarming, which is gonna be really fun. Hello, Pat. Far too many creators with lives to keep up with. Oh no, I totally understand. I'm happy you're here though. Hello. How was your day today? This is the part like after you do the plumb line, basting that top row is what makes my back hurt so bad because I'm like leaning over the bar and my belly is like up against the bar. And now whenever I'm quilting, I always lean up against my bar, but whenever I'm quilting, Archie's always like kicking the bar. It's like, oh my gosh, not you again. Pressing up on my home, on my house, my belly house. Okay, let's get this part basted. Let me get this other bobbin going so we have our bobbin done by the time this is basted. Ah! Well, that came off. The bobbin winder is very tight sometimes. It's hard to get the bobbin off. Alrighty. Let's baste this top part down. Then we can get the sides. Make sure my seams are all looking good. Alright, the top is basted. So let's baste the sides down. And then we'll change our needle and our bobbin and our thread and get it going. I do want to, before I get started, pull this up and kind of pull on it, not a lot, but where I moved it to get it straight, I'm going to make sure it's all good. And then put that back down, and then we can baste it down. I need to get new snips for the side of the long arm. These snips are like not that great. They're already dulled. Get some new ones that are sharp. Right. Whoa. Okay. Well, my thread just broke. What is going on underneath there? Whoopsie daisy. Hold on. I know you can't see what's happening. Okay. Let's see if we can do that again, but not have our thread break. Alrighty. Boop. So now that it's basted, we can change our needle and our thread and do our bobbin. I changed my needle every quilt, every single quilt. Put those out of reach of kids and put a new one in. Make sure it's nice and tight. Take this thread out. And then get our bobbin and our thread. Oh, whoops. Gotta take that off first. Alrighty, we got our 3 bobbins. Get this bobbin and thread our machine. I know there's a hack where you can tie your thread together so that you don't have to rethread your machine every time that you change colors, but it doesn't really take that long to thread the long arm. I mean, I guess if you can save some time here and there, it's good for efficiency, but it really doesn't take that long to thread the long arm and get it going. So I don't really do that hack, but I know a lot of people like to do that. Whoops. Alright, let's go over here and pull our thread underneath our foot. And then I'm going to change the bobbin. I like to kind of like blow on it a little bit. Let's oil it. Have it run nice and smooth. Alright, we oiled the hook of the bobbin, so now we can put our bobbin in and start quilting. I'm pretty sure I know which one, where my file is, but we'll see. Okay. We're going to set up our area. Open. I think it's Ann Bright that I bought this one from. Yeah, it's Ann Bright. Modify, resize. Let's do 12 and a half. That's a good size. 12 and a half. Repeat. Then go to modify, align, center, crop, outside edges, baseline, save workspace. I'm going to save it as Chris Steelers. Save. Make sure our stitch length is what we want it to be. And then double check to make sure we can reach everything without bumping into bars. And then we can get started. And we're off. And then I'm going to peek underneath and make sure the tension is going before it gets too far into it. Tension looks great. So we're set. Now we just sit and wait. And we'll progress it about 5 times probably. And we're done. Once it gets all the way through, we are done. So how's everybody's night going? Hi, Amy. See, Amy jumped on. Did your thread break? Yeah, it broke while I was basting for some reason. I think I don't know. Sometimes it does that. But we fixed it. It's all good. Good thing it was on the basting and not the quilting. Eastern Caribbean on the Sky Princess. That sounds fancy. It's looking pretty good so far. I'm glad that we went with yellow. On the Chiefs quilt, I did white. But this yellow I thought would be fun because the Steelers has the yellow in it. And so I'll show you once it gets a little further away because the light is super bright. Sometimes it's hard to see and I don't want to blind you all tonight. I'll show you why we chose the orange peels if you're not familiar with the Steelers. I'm not. Hello, Marla. Let's see. See how it mimics the logo pretty cool, like pretty well? Obviously the Steelers has the 3 diamonds, but this is such a cool design, I thought. I was like, I kind of feel like a genius for even like having this be an idea in my mind because I'm not a football person and I was bummed that I couldn't find like a specialized Steelers. I guess they just have to be better than the Chiefs to get to have their own pantograph. Because the Chiefs one was really cool. Yeah, isn't that so fun? It pops just well enough. I told her we can do white, gray, or yellow. Those are probably going to be the 3 that look the best. but I really wanted to go with yellow because I thought it'd be kind of fun and different, but still look really good with the fabric and like the theme of the quilt. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'm excited. Orange peels are kind of finicky. It's a pantograph where you really have to like check each row to make sure, like you have to check several points in your row before you start, because I don't care how good you are, your quilt will never fully advance perfectly straight. Your leaders will never roll up perfectly straight. And so orange peels, it's very obvious when you get off because there's a lot of things meeting at a point. So if you are off, it will be noticeable. So each time I advance this quilt, I'm going to have to really go point to point and make sure that I can get as close as possible to where my points are matching up and the pantograph looks good. But I will say, the first time I did the orange peel design, I've been learning and growing. So that was a while ago. I'm pretty comfortable in saying that I have done a better job at loading my quilts square and basting them and making sure that it starts off at a point where it's, pretty straight so that as you go, it's not crazy. Earlier, I kind of didn't really know exactly what I was doing all the time, and I wasn't getting it loaded and basted on perfectly straight. But I feel like I can see an improvement in my work, especially when I get to the bottom of a quilt and I base that bottom row and it looks pretty consistent. I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good when it gets to that point. It also depends on what quilt it is. So, in the quilter, I pieced this quilt because it's a custom quilt, and I know that I'm not a perfect piecer. And I don't expect any of my clients to be perfect piecers, but there are some people who are a lot more precise and they're just really, really good in their piecing. Their technique is great. And so that definitely makes a difference too in the quilting process. When you get a quilt that is like prepped and prepared and it's squared up and it's ironed and it's like magic. When I get those quilts, I'm like, yes, I love it. And I will say Amy is one of those clients that I've had where I'm just like, thank you for sending me this quilt because she does a really good job at prepping her quilts. And so now I piece this quilt. It's not going to be like Amy's quilt. It's not perfectly square and everything, but we're going to quilt it out. I hope my quilts were close to square. They were phenomenal, Amy. Like, seriously. They were so good. All right, now we're going to advance it. Yay! I'm going to zoom. I always give it a lot of slack on that first roll. You'll see how it's like pretty crumpled up right now. But I've learned, and if you have a long arm and you use the Sew Tights, the Magnums, and you have them on both bars, if you have your tension, that first roll, if it is too tight, those magnets are going to slip off and go to your leveling bar. Like, they will just come right off, and then your whole backing is detached. So the first roll, if you have Magnum Sew Tights or you're thinking about doing it, the first roll, wait until you get some fabric going around that back pole before you start just like cranking it from the back bar. Otherwise, you're going to have to redo all that, and that's a mess. So, question, how many sew tight magnets do you have or need for your long arm? I believe they recommend about 50. I have a 12-foot frame. I think I have about 50. I'm literally shy, maybe like 5 shy of having it go all the way on one of the bars, which is fine. I don't get a ton of king size projects, and the ones that I've had that are, past that limit of like where I have my sew tights, I just use the Longarming pins and it's fine. But yeah, I would say about 50, because I have mine sewn into the leaders every 6 inches. So I hope that helps. So since that first roll had a lot of slack in it, the tops and the batting get a little cray-cray. I do this every advance anyway, just to keep it nice and tidy, but it's really important on that first roll because of how much slack I keep while I'm rolling it. To like really take your batting and kind of fluff it and make sure it's straight and there's no wrinkles, and then to take your quilt top and kind of make sure that that is laying nicely. I like to go through my seams as well, and if I feel some that are like flipping opposite ways, I'll kind of encourage them to go where they need to go. And I make sure all my seams are lining up with my minder right here, so that helps me advance the quilt straight as well. That's a really nice tool to have. And I'm going to put my bar back down and kind of like test it. It's not too tight. I think it's fine. I'm going to put my bungees back on. And then I'm going to baste down the sides and then check my points before I start quilting again. Again, it's not going to be perfect. Hopefully I get to that point. I just feel orange peels are very finicky, but I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be a lot better than last time. Then I'm going to drop and pull this out. Do my next start and baste down my sides real quick. I've been better about putting my thread on the couch instead of just on the floor for the sake of our vacuum. Alright. Boop. And then I'm going to check my points and see. I'm going to start in the middle. They say start in the middle and work your way out. And the hard part for me is I'm pregnant. So when I'm trying to reach a point, inevitably my belly is hitting the bar. So that's affecting like where the software, like it's affecting the frame. So it's kind of hard to get it perfect. I have to like suck in my belly or poke out my booty. so that I'm not messing up the alignment. That looks pretty spot on. That looks pretty spot on. See, like I can already see when I start in the center looks good, and then as you go out into the sides, it just gets a little bit, you're not perfectly at your points. I'm going to go over to this side and check. This side looks great. It's just once you get over to this side, it's a little off. Let's try that. But I would rather it be a little bit off on the sides than in the center, because that's where it's going to be like more noticeable. I can, let's see. Looks good. Looks good. Let me go get my snack. Whew. If you raise your long arm up, would that help with your belly issue? I feel like I almost need to put it down so I can like get over it. I feel like it's a good height for me. They set it up and like based it off my height and everything. But I mean, we knew my belly was going to become a problem. It was going to interfere at some point. And that's why I ended up buying the extra long leaders when we first got that. When we first got the whole setup, I was like, yeah, we might want to get those so I'm not leaning over. But the way I load it from the back, so really I didn't need to buy those, I guess. But, yeah, my belly's kind of in the way. Yes. I believe they're called the Magnum ones. They're the yellow long ones. Oh, your quilts were so amazing, Amy. Seriously. I did have to send a quilt back. My first quilt I've had to send back to a customer because there were a lot of open seams. and I was concerned with some of the seams in the back. Like I could see her piecing on the underneath, and there were a lot of places where the seam allowance was like less than 1/8 of an inch. Like it was right on the edge, and I was like, you know what? You've already invested in your time, you've already invested money in your fabric, you're going to invest even more money for me to quilt it, and I don't feel right quilting it as it is right now, because one, more seams are going to pop open once I load it, just with the tension of the frame and the process of advancing a quilt. Those are going to pop right open, and then whatever doesn't pop open is gonna not withstand washing. So I nicely was like, I think I'm gonna send it back to you, fix those little spots, and then where the seams are barely hanging on, just repiece those and send it back. I mean, there's no judgment at all on my end. I just would hate to quilt something for someone, put that time, money into it, and then it not hold up and it not be perfect for her. That would suck. So yeah, due in March. Okay, let's go check on it and make sure everything's looking good. Looks very nice. Such a great pattern, or a pantograph. Ooh. Yeah, they're really expensive. I was lucky enough that my amazing friend Kelly Hubka from Steel City Quilt Co. If you've been part of my channel for quite some time, you've heard me mention her so many times. She has a online quilt shop. She also is a long armor in the Kansas City area, about 30 minutes away from me actually. When I got my long arm, she came over and she gave me like a long armor's startup kit with like pre-wound bobbins and all of those sew tights so that I could sew them into my leaders, because she has them on her long arm and she was like, they're amazing, you need to have them. And she was so nice and like just was just so generous. They're very expensive. If I would have had to buy them myself, probably would have like bought them over time, like maybe enough to do 1 bar and then like worked my way up towards getting enough for the 2 bars, but it's so expensive. I definitely agree with you. But they really are amazing and they're gonna hold up. I know the red snappers, like with it being plastic, over time those are gonna warp and change, and that's another one that people really like. And then the zipper leaders, we looked into. But yeah, I feel ya. Hi, Sue. How are you? Yeah, she is so sweet. She has blessed me time and time and again. She really has a really big heart. I absolutely love her. And I'm definitely thankful because they have made loading the long arm so fast and unloading it. And I suck at pins, guys. I poke myself every time there's anything sharp involved. Pins and like safety clips. Like, I think that's the best part about long arming is I don't have to baste a quilt ever again. Because I started as a pin baster. I probably pin basted like 100 quilts. And then I was like, this kind of sucks. I'm like bleeding on some of these quilts because I'm poking myself and I'm not having a good time. It takes so long. And then I became a spray baster. I did the Oda 505 and I absolutely loved it. I did try the June Taylor before I got the Oda 505 because I was like, the Oda 505 is too expensive. I'm going to try the stuff from Walmart and see if I like it. Hated it. It was like an aerosol. It was like a hairspray. And instead of really going on the quilt, it was like going all in the air and I had a massive headache after it. But the Oda 505 is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I have some up there that I never use anymore now. Hi, Tracy. That looks so good. Woo! Hi, Mom. All right, let's advance the quilt. I'm pretty confident in getting another row without having to check my bobbin. Like I said, it's not really a dense quilt or a dense design or, density of the quilting. So I'm not too concerned with it. I think I can get another row or maybe even 2 rows out of my bobbin. We'll see. Let's bring it back a little bit. Whoops. Put that nice and good, nice and flat. Adjust these. Again, I'm not a perfect piecer. I can see on this side there's a little bit of fullness, but it's okay. It's okay. baste down the side. What is going on there? Alright, throw that over there. Alright, I'm going to check my points again and see what they're looking like. That looks really good. That looks really good. Pull this a little bit more. That looks better. Okay. Alright, that looks good, I think. Whew. It looks so good. We don't want to jinx anything though, so I'm not going to get too excited. That looks amazing. I'm glad. I'm really happy with how it's advancing. It's looking pretty good. Alright, I'll come look at the chat. My laptop screen after so long shuts off, so I have to like come and sometimes I have to like log back into my computer. Hi, Tucker! It is a night for longarm quilting. Everyone must have Christmas stuff to get done. We're all like going through our lists of projects. My dad was a huge Steelers fan. Oh, awesome! Yeah, I feel like this orange peel design is just genius. I'm so proud that I was like, well, I didn't really love a lot of the football ones. I'm just glad she was like, oh yeah, that's awesome. It like validated what I was thinking. Sometimes you just have to be proud of an idea. Hi Janet, how are you? Ian is the odd one out. He made a bag tonight. Orange peel just works with everything and I love it. You can probably do them freehand like nobody's business. I have to rely on the pantograph, Tucker. Yeah, I'm feeling large and in charge. I'm now in the 3rd trimester. I don't know what, oh, it's just a wrinkle on my shirt. I'm now in the 3rd trimester. I get to do my glucose test in a couple weeks. So exciting. But, we'll be able to schedule the surgery in 2 weeks. So they're gonna call us and then they'll tell us like what day is available and we'll know exactly when Archie's gonna be here. So that's gonna be really exciting. December is already going pretty fast. I mean, it's the 5th and I have a lot of things that I want to do before the baby gets here. Obviously, I have a lot of things to do before Christmas gets here. But after Christmas, I already shut down custom quilts in November for like the Christmas deadlines, but I'm not gonna accept any more custom quilts. I'll still take in Longarming orders so people can send me their quilts if they need them quilted, but I'm not gonna do any like full quilts until a little bit after Archie's here and I'm able to work and get things done. So these are probably the last custom quilts for a while. I have an order for next year. Someone wants me to make them a Coca-Cola themed quilt, so that will be fun. But other than that, I am just going to do some personal projects after Christmas. I want to make Archie a quilt for the hospital. I made Louise a quilt for the hospital, and I think it's just special to have, you know, their very first quilt when they're a baby. So I want to make him a quilt, and then we've got a lot of work to do around the house. Got a lot of nesting that needs to be done, and so it kind of works out really well that my nesting is probably going to kick in very soon, where I'm trying to get the whole house in order, and I think that's kind of what's motivating me right now to like push through and get through my projects now so that I can focus on prepping for the baby. So yeah, we are having a boy. Hello Susie, how are you tonight? From Northern Kentucky, welcome. We are in Kansas over here. Mom wants a Grinch quilt. I'll figure out how much that is. But I'm hoping that Austin gets home tomorrow at a reasonable time because he usually goes into the office on Wednesdays, but he's going tomorrow for team building. so we should be off earlier. But I usually go to the quilt shop to get all of my like work pictures and videos for the next week. And while I'm there, I'll look at the Grinch fabric. My mom wants a Grinch quilt. Hi, Kathy. Yes, thank you, Susie. They are. He will be our last baby. Enjoy your lunch, Janet. Have a good day. Down under. Yeah, he will be our last baby. I am like so excited to see his little face. It's like we've made 3 kids so far, and all of them have been adorable, and you just love their faces so much. It's like, wait, we made another one. What is this one gonna look like? I feel like all of the possible recipes have been made. You know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't feel real that you can just make another entire person, a whole being, and it's something so different from his siblings. That's something I learned after we had Zoe. I was like, oh yeah, they really are 2 different people, because I went into having her with the expectation that they would be pretty similar, and oh my gosh, was I wrong. She is her own person entirely. Hi, Shirley. It's a Super Bloom from Sarah Larson's Patterns. Oh, that's fun. Oh, nice. You're doing a Grinch on a Grinch bag right now. I'm going to have to look up that pattern. That sounds fun. Probably going to check my bobbin before I start quilting this row. So I think we're on row 3 or 2. So I want to make sure I've got enough in there. I hear Austin moving around up there. Sucker's gonna walk in and have to say hi to everybody. Hello.
Do you want help printing those out?
Sure. I'm on live right now.
Yeah.
If you want to say hi. Yeah, we'll just see. I want to get Archie's quilt done. No. And then we'll see. We'll see about the Grinch quilt. We'll see. Because I was really planning on just getting that one done and resting and nesting afterwards. All right. Pro stitcher. Well, let's baste the sides real quick. Woo, we are like right on the edge there.
How big do you want these?
Probably like 5 inches.
Square.
Yeah, 5-inch square, right? Or yeah. I don't know. I can't ever remember what I did it last time as.
I mean, it sounds like it'd be a good size.
I think I only put labels on hers.
Can I put them all on the same piece of paper?
If they'll fit.
Yeah, they'll fit.
Do like a test print with regular paper first, though.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like,
They gotta be flipped.
the light or the dark. One has to be flipped.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It'll say on the thing.
what? Yeah. What are you doing on them?
I don't know. I could do like the white fabric for these two, so 2 light ones, and then for the office quilt, maybe do the gray. I don't know if I have a big enough, because I have to basically fold this in half, though. This is how I'm doing. Well, the office one, actually, no, because I already put the binding on it. So the office quilt, oh, I don't know.
And it's these,
I don't think
right?
that's big enough.
It's the one with the like slanted text.
I have to actually put the year on the office one,
This one.
which is fine because I don't know what fabric I'm going to put that on. So just put the Chiefs and Steelers one on the same one. Hi, Tiffany. How are you?
What's that next?
It's up on the thingy. Only 14 away. Oh my gosh. Would never happen without the help from Becca and Donna. So thank you so much, and Joe and Tiffany and everyone. You guys are so sweet. I'm like, I'm not a legit YouTuber though. Like other YouTubers get on consistently and have like content planned and projects planned. That's not me. I am a I would say a bad word right now. Most of the times I'm just on the struggle bus to get on here. So yeah, I definitely appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. I'm gonna check my bobbin and see if I have enough to get through another. Oh, I have plenty. I have plenty. We can definitely get another row, maybe 2 rows. I didn't have to wind 3 bobbins, that's for sure. I'm gonna check my points again. These are looking really good. They're looking better. That first advance was a little wonky on the left side, but these are looking really nice as I progress down the quilt. It's so hard. Like the people that are consistent, like Kelly, you know, it takes so much effort and time and work, and I fail at that. So everyone say hi to Austin. He's helping me print labels. Look at Tracy, the sewing channel, over 100,000, and just started making masks for COVID. I didn't realize that she started then. I thought she had I thought she had a channel for quite some time. Wow. It's just nice to have someone to hang out with while I sew and quilt. Yeah, that's how I feel. I almost treat this as like not a typical YouTuber. Like, I started this wanting to, I don't know, I had different goals. And now it's really just something that I come on. You guys hold me accountable because some nights I just want to go lay down. But I have you guys to hop on here and talk to while I'm quilting, and that makes it enjoyable and motivates me to actually get my butt down here and get my work done. So I kind of just treat it as that. Like, I get to hang out with friends. But yeah. Tiffany, the best part of quilting community on YouTube is chatting with friends. Absolutely. It's how I started, just chatting with friends, going on here and there. And you're like a rock star. You are constantly having stuff on your channel. You are very legitimate, Beth. It's your personality. Oh, Marla. Very sweet. You guys are all so nice. I'm so bummed that I won't be going to QuiltCon because I wanted to meet you all. And I know a lot of you guys are going to QuiltCon, and I wanted to be part of like the YouTuber meetup with all of you. But we're having a baby instead, so that's why I'm here, is making friends around the world. And you've got a lot of friends around the world. You're a rock star. I was watching your Quilt Miss video, and the way you make free motion quilting looks so effortless. Like, watching you do those leaves for the holly or the mistletoe or whatever in that design, I was like, oh my god. All of your loops were consistent, and I just love going on and watching you quilt. I'm a lurker, though. I don't always comment. I just kind of watch and grab bits and pieces whenever the kids let me. I won't be at QuiltCon either. No! That's just practice. It looks so good. You can tell you've put a lot of time into it. If you're not going to QuiltCon, something that I will be doing, hopefully next year, in July, I believe it's July or June, is the Kansas Quilt Fest. And I guess it's like this really big quilt festival. It got canceled during the COVID year, and it's like every other summer. And I wasn't like super in the know when I first started quilting, so I didn't know about it. But I guess it's like this really big quilt festival comparable to QuiltCon. So maybe we need to have like a Kansas City quilt meetup where you guys all come out and have barbecue, and we get to meet each other and do some quilting. I will make it to QuiltCon someday. I was really planning on going. And then when we found out we were pregnant, we were like, oh, probably shouldn't be traveling like 2 weeks before having a baby. So maybe next time, which I think is in North Carolina, right? Raleigh, something like that. The Kansas City one is a big deal. I have been to that one. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty huge. I have travel issues. I definitely understand that. Yeah. Kansas, I'm so excited to see what it's all about. And to know that it's like right here. I don't have to get an Airbnb or a hotel or worry about airfare. I can just go to this quilt fest and then come home. That's really nice to have something, because I'm kind of like envious of all the people who live in like Austin and wherever they hold all of their big quilt shows. I'm always like, dang it, it's so far away. I just want to have something here, and I guess there is something here, and I'm going to go to it. I'm going to enjoy it. They're looking so good. 3 of my friends just subscribed, but had to go to bed. Oh, thank you, Susie. Yeah, you get to see my husband working hard. It's a family business. He's just jamming out to music. Yeah, I have retreat this week. I feel so bad. This is retreat number 3 for me. I'm having so much fun with them. I'm kind of like the leader. I get the key and I get to lock up, so that's kind of exciting. Have the power. I really just draw raffles and make sure that someone's always in the building so people's stuff doesn't get stolen. That's really the power that I have. But yeah, I have retreat on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. And so Austin will be slumming it with the kids again. He's so nice to let me go do these retreats for hours and hours, and he takes care of the kids. So everyone give Austin a thank you so much for being so good. The lodging I stayed at for the Kansas City Quilt Show, I just walked down the sidewalk to the convention center. It was so convenient. That's nice. And I feel like Kansas City isn't too expensive to travel to. Like, it's not really an expensive place to live. Gas and groceries aren't too crazy. So yeah, it's a really fun. It's like it's an on-site retreat. So there's the quilt shop, and then a couple doors down they have a retreat space, and it can hold like 40 people. And it's a 3-day thing. There's a lot of local restaurants nearby, so you can either bring your food and nuke it in the microwave, or there's an oven there, there's a fridge there. I really like it because you can leave all your stuff there. The first time I was like, oh my God, we're gonna have to bring our stuff and then put it in the car and then come back and then put our stuff up. And I was like, wow, I'm really dumb, because they're like, no, you just leave your stuff here for the 3. And then on the last day you pack up and take it all home. But yeah, it's actually really fun. And I've been able to get a lot of work done there and meet a lot of quilters and see what they're working on. So that's really fun. Now you need 7. Oh my gosh. That's so exciting. Ah! We did go eat at a barbecue place, but the food was really good. It looked like it was not in a good section of town. I wonder where you ate. There's a lot of barbecue places. Yeah, she was saying she went to the Kansas City Quilt Fest and they ate somewhere one time, for barbecue.
They say it wasn't in a good area. It could have been that LC's.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I went there with Mike and Aaron one day, years ago.
It's
not in a good area.
I like Jack Stack in Q39. Those are the good bougie barbecue places. And then the cheap barbecue places, or cheaper. I mean, barbecue's not really cheap anywhere. But the more home style, you can get messy and you don't have to have a napkin in your lap kind of place for barbecue. I like going to Bates Barbecue because they have really good fries. So yeah, I love barbecue. Austin doesn't like barbecue, so I don't really get to eat it that much. But when I was pregnant with Addington, I wanted barbecue all the time. And there was this barbecue place about 10 minutes away from where we live. And it was just this really cute old diner. And it was there for so long. And it was actually on the Man vs. Food Challenge one, because they had this giant barbecue sandwich and pounds of fries, and you had to eat 10 pieces of bread. So they were featured on there, and they had a map in the back where they would pin all of these people from all over the world would come and eat barbecue there, and they would put a little pin there. But yeah, it was a really good place. And then it shut down. I think COVID killed it. And I also think the owner had some health problems and he had to retire, which sucked because I was like, no, my barbecue place is gone. No. So that was sad. Hello, newbie here. Hoping you'll get to 1,000 tonight. To your, not quilting. Oh, awesome. Hi, Mary or Marie. Thanks for, joining on. Oh my gosh. You guys are all so nice. Hi, Mona. I love to eat good barbecue meal. What's your favorite barbecue meat? Let's have a debate in the chat. Pulled pork. I feel like ham shouldn't even count on the ham is for the people who don't like barbecue. So Austin's saying ham. That's a non-barbecue option. So you can either vote for pulled pork, brisket, burnt ends, and ribs. What is the best out of those 4? Turkey and ham, not on the list. Do you crave salty or sugary during this pregnancy? More salty. I'm more of a savory person in general. Like all the time. But I haven't really had any like overwhelming cravings this pregnancy. Like, I think I remember wanting barbecue all the time with Addington. With Zoe, I think I wanted a Jamocha shake. I drank so many Jamocha shakes from Arby's. I was worried she was going to come out with like a caffeine addiction. And I don't even drink caffeine, but the Jamocha shake is chocolate and it has like a little bit of a coffee taste, so I don't know if there's caffeine in there. But I was drinking them all the time. And then with Louise, what was I eating with Louise all the time? What did I like with Louise? I think I was eating steak and potatoes almost every night. Steak and baked potatoes. Yeah, Cane's might have been, yeah. Cane's was Zoe. I was eating fried chicken a lot. I like to eat only the healthiest meals while I'm pregnant to really, ensure a healthy pregnancy, baby. I just remember they were a real high chain link fence all the way around the parking lot. Oh gosh. Pulled pork. Okay, here we go. This is like where we get to know each other. Tiffany's on team pulled pork. Susie is saying beef ribs.
If someone says burnt ends, they need to leave.
Mona says pork. Brenda says pulled pork is my favorite. Kathy says brisket. We've got 2 votes for ribs from Sheila and Sue. And Kelly says ribs. Hubby does a pretty good job. We have a big smoker that has used for years to smoke the family sausage. Ooh. And I didn't realize, but when I went to visit Heather, she's out in Texas. I guess sausage is like included in their barbecue down there. Like that is a barbecue option at restaurants is sausage. I was like, what? It's different. I ate mashed potatoes and gravy all my pregnancies. OMG, it was life or death. Must have daily. That's how I just love potatoes. French fries, hash browns, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, the like cheesy potato sliced like what are those called? They're not scallions. What are they? Scallops? I don't know. Like those sliced potato peels that you like put cheese in. I don't know.
Potato skins.
Potato skin? Oh, I do like potato skins from like a restaurant. That's good. I think with Louise, I also ate a lot of Taco Bell. I think I've eaten a lot of Taco Bell this pregnancy too. I'm trying to think of like, I guess recently I have been really into SpaghettiOs. Like out of nowhere. I've had SpaghettiOs since I was a child. And when I got sick the other week, I couldn't keep anything down. And SpaghettiOs was just like a random thing where I was like, I really need SpaghettiOs. Austin, I was like, can you go to the store and get some SpaghettiOs and a block of cheese? And so he went and got it. And that was the first thing that I'd kept down in like over 24 hours. And it was so good. And ever since that week, I think I've had like 6 cans of SpaghettiOs. I had SpaghettiOs for dinner tonight with cheese. So yeah, I don't know. We'll just put that out there. Ew, SpaghettiOs suck. How gross. Hey, don't hate. They have their purpose, okay? Sheila's saying gross. With my son, I ate a ton of those really sour kosher pickles. I don't like pickles because of the texture, but I love pickle juice. I will drink pickle juice. I'm going to be a very happy camper. I used to put like a spoonful of pickle juice on my hamburgers at like cookouts. I was that weird person. Woo!
Where's your USB thing?
Should be over on my rotating by my headphone package thing.
It's not working.
The printer's not working?
No, but if I just get the USB, it'll work. It's just not picking it up over like on the Wi-Fi.
I am so sick of printers. We are in 2022. Why are printers such pains in the butts? I don't understand it. It looks like our last row. Am I going to be able to do this whole thing on one bobbin?
In what world is one USB port enough?
What do you mean?
You can only have one USB. There's only one USB port on this computer.
On yours?
Yeah, I mean it's this work one. Look at this. The only thing that's on that USB is this.
Aww.
No Addington.
You guys need to see Baby Addington. Austin just found something on his computer. Look at Baby Addington. Hey guys,
You just get them
look at my pumpkin.
chubby cheeks.
He's so cute. Ah!
I think someone's definitely cropped out. Maybe not.
No, I think I took that picture of just him. Hi, Teresa.
Hey buddy, will you stop?
Brisket or Montreal smoked meat. What is that? That sounds exciting. All this talk got me hungry. I grabbed a stalk of celery, trying to resist eating anything at this hour. Yeah, celery, barbecue meat. I mean, I'm sure your body is like very satisfied with the celery. We tend to talk about food a lot over here. I don't know how. Hubby has just about perfected brisket pat. We've discussed trying Montreal smoked meat. What is that? What is that? Yeah. That was about 5 years ago. Probably 4.5 years ago or something like that. He turns 5 on the 22nd. He'll be 5. And I'll be 26. And my mom just had her birthday yesterday. We're all getting older. I wonder if she was talking about grinders. Isn't that in a not so great place and there's chain link fence everywhere? That's not really a barbecue place. It's like a bar. Alright, let's baste that bottom row now. that last row, you can definitely tell my piecing is not perfectly straight. That's why. Okay, so I've been challenging myself on the sides to remember to baste from the bottom up. And on the last quilt, I did that. On this quilt, I was basting like top down, and that like shifts the fabric. I did notice on the quilt that I was basting from the bottom up, there was a lot less shifting, and when I got to that last basting stitch on the bottom row, it looked really nice. So that's probably why. You know, and among other things. But I can't believe I forgot to do that. Habits are hard to break. Alright, I'm going to crop out this last row. I'm going to cut my threads. Oh, gee. Area, clear. I'm going to go up here.
Sorry. Good Lord.
And I'm going to check my points. Looks pretty good. Oh, no.
God, buddy. That was gross. This. For some reason, you can't print from a USB, but you can print from Google Drive. This is the silliest thing.
Should I check my bobbin? I think I have enough.
Yeah, you should probably check it.
Guys, stop it.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Do you need something?
No.
Come back here.
I'm probably going to change my bobbin.
I need to add to my drive. I'm almost done. I should just be able to print it now. In just a few
Guys,
minutes.
stop. Enough. Quit it. Ugh.
Let's put this in.
I'm going to skip boiling it.
Oh my goodness, where?
See, it's always a pain in the butt.
Sorry.
Well, hello again. Hi, Amy. Let's see. Arthur Bryant's in Kansas City. That's where it was. You're only 3 years older than my oldest. Ooh! Montreal smoked is similar to pastrami. Okay. To be my daughter, 24. Ribs. Yeah, I've heard good things about that place. I haven't eaten there though. My son will be 25 in February. Does that make me old? No. We're on our last row. I'm gonna get my skizzers ready to cut it off the frame. It looks so good. I'm so happy with how it's turning out. And I love cutting them off the frame. That's like one of the best parts. We're so close. The last row is always so exciting. And the yellow looks pretty fun on the back. I mean, it's definitely popping, or not the black, it's brown. On the back, which is brown, the yellow is popping and looking really nice. I'm excited. Bye, Kelly. All right, let's see. Is this 8 by 8 or 5 by 5?
It's 5 inches across, like up and down. This one's like 3, and that one's like 2.5 or something.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit smaller. Just a little bit. I mean, maybe not by much. The Chiefs one looks good. This one is a little, like, wide. I don't know. If you just print it, I'll make it work.
I mean, it's the same size as far as they're both, except the left to right is 5 inches. That's 3 inches, and then this is 3.25. They're actually almost the exact same size.
Maybe
1.06 inch. That's the 100.
I like maybe because it's just like there's a defined border around here.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you just do that, I'll cut the fabric to whatever it needs to be to make it work.
If you want me to change it, I can.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. It's a lot easier if you just say that.
I think it's good. Bye, Kelly. Good night. Yeah, let's see. It's 10:10. I figured it would take about an hour and a half to get this quilt quilted. I also did some talking, so I'm gonna go too so I can finish watching Jungle Cruise and lay down. Have a great rest of your night. Bye. Tiffany said bye, Austin. Bye. Enjoy your shows. When I'm done with this quilt, I'm gonna go lay down and watch this show that I just started watching called Below Deck Mediterranean, and it's about these like people who work on these yachts, and it's really interesting. There's drama, there's romance, there's adventure because they're out in these very exotic places on a yacht, and then it's always fun to see like what clientele they have coming on to do the yachting. Like some of them are really nice millionaires and some of them are not so nice. And imagine being like on a boat for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's just really interesting. I've been enjoying it. I just started it. There's like 12 seasons, so I'm going to just watch it. I'm going to be sad when it's done because I'm going to need something to watch when I'm up really late at night nursing a baby. I should save the stuff that has like a lot of seasons until I'm in need of a show to watch, but I've been enjoying it. There's so many shows out there. I'll find something else. 994. I'm getting ready to lay down and watch this YouTuber called Goody Goods. Who's that? I'm excited to cut this off the frame and show y'all what it looks like. And then the last step is obviously squaring it up. And then I have 3 labels that I need to do. So Austin's helping me right now with that. And then I have this order done. She wanted 3 quilts for Christmas, and we are getting it done. It's almost done. And I'm going to say this once it's done stitching, but usually when I come on here, I have problems. And when I don't come on and I just do my thing, I never have thread breaking, or, I mean, I do sometimes, but I don't have as many problems. And so tonight it worked really nicely. We did not have any issues. Buddy, stop it. Yay! That's on the transfer paper or whatever?
Yeah.
This is the best part.
Here's the instructions or whatever too. Get out of here, newbie. Get out of my way. Coming through.
Woo! And we'll unlock the top and we'll pull it.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, excuse me. Pardon my French. Yeah, buddy. Come on.
Oh.
So, dang it. You alright, dude? Push her aside. No, why? You're 3 inches from the tile, Dave. Not even.
This yellow is so fun.
The what?
The yellow.
Oh, is that what the thread is?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I told her yellow would be kind of fun, but if you don't want yellow, we could do white or gray. It would also look good. And she was a risk taker and said yes to the yellow.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are black and yellow. I think they wanted yellow.
Well, yeah.
That's really cool.
Doesn't it look like the thing?
It actually does. Yeah, I mean, obviously they got up there. Like there's
It's
3
got
in
the
there.
circle.
But yeah, that's really cool. That her husband seems like a man's man or whatever.
Well, yeah, he was a sniper in Afghanistan. I don't know how much of a manly man you can get being a sniper and going on like tours. All right. There is the quilt. Here, let me move you down a little bit. Here's the quilt. And then here's the back of the quilt. And then let me move my ring light.
Do you want to come over here? I can move.
That's fine. Do my ring light over here. The long arm is kind of, hold on. It's kind of competing with the ring light. It's so bright. That's the one thing about the long arms. They have really good lights. Okay, maybe that'll help. Here's the back. And then you can see the quilting, and it's in yellow. And it looks like the Steelers, like the center diamond of the orange peel, looks like the Steelers logo. And then here's what it looks like on the front. But isn't that so fun? I'm so happy with how it turned out. And I hope she loves it. So now I have to square this up. And we have this one in the Chief's quilt. Teresa, you didn't get to see that one, so I'm going to go grab it. So we have the orange peels on this one, and then on the Chiefs, it's also an alternating 4-patch. I was like, you know what? I can do 3 quilts by Christmas, but we need to do manageable patterns. So an alternating 4-patch was what I suggested, and she was like, that's awesome. So this is the Chiefs one, and then on it says Kansas City. It's got helmets on it. It's got like the helmet that has like KC on there. It's got footballs. It says Chiefs. And then on the back, it's the football again. And you can see all of that quilting on the back. It's obviously backwards because it's the underneath side, which Prego Brain did not anticipate that. Austin was like, you know, it's going to be like the opposite way. Even though, or he's like, that's going to look really cool even though they're not going to be able to read it. And I was like, wait, what? But, yeah, really fun. This football is not something that I put together on my own. I bought a pattern. I can put the pattern link in the shop. But I thought it'd be fun to have a reversible quilt, especially since these are like such easy piecings on the front. And then, can you throw me the office one? Please, that one. I have to put a label on it anyway. It's all like bundled up. I was like all excited it was all done, but I need to put a label on it. So we'll open it up and I'll show you this one. Again, alternating 4-patch, and I quilted beads on it. If you guys are Office fans, you'll know that Dwight Schrute has a bead farm. So I put beads on it, and the back is just some yardage, and it has Dwight Schrute on it. And so I need to add labels to all 3 of these and work on her invoice. Oh, and then let me show you the binding. This is kind of fun. I used the same fabric that's on the backing, which I wasn't sure how it would work, but it works out kind of fun because you can see Dwight Schrute, his little face like popping out of the binding, which is really fun. So these are her quilts. I'm glad that I got them all done being quilted. Oh gosh, that's heavy. I'm glad that they're all done being quilted. Now this is free. I have 2 quilts that are being sent in from somebody that I met through a swap online, actually. She's like, you're a Longarmer? Can I send you quilts? And I'm like, sure. So she's sending me some, and I'm glad to have these done so that I can work on those and finish these up this week. So that's pretty much it. Once I get through these and the 2 Longarming ones, that's all. That's all she wrote until Christmas, and then I can do some personal sewing during retreat this week, or just hang out and just rest. I'll find something to make, I'm sure. I've got a lot of fabric that I need to burn through. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. You're still taking long arm jobs this close to quit? Yes, I am. I am, because I am still fairly new, and the perk about that is I do not have like this crazy long list of clients sending me stuff, so my turnaround time is fairly quick, actually, about a week, and sometimes that includes just like the amount of time it takes to ship things to and from. So yeah, I have 2 coming in, and I will keep an eye on the calendar, but I have room to do more. I also have 2 charity quilts that we actually worked on together as a community on here that y'all sent blocks in for. And so I have that quilt. I have a quilt top that was sent in, so I'm going to get that quilted and bound. And it's going to the same family that these 3 are going to, actually. So I'm going to get that done for Christmas. And then the other one that is like all of the individual blocks that you guys sent in, I need to put a top and bottom border on it and piece the backing. So that's kind of what I have going on for this month. So look at that cute belly. Oh my gosh, he's so big. He's getting so big. Yeah, I hope they're happy. My local quilt shop quit taking Longarming jobs on November 10th. Well, and the thing with, them, they probably have like a 4 to 6 week turnaround time. They're probably full of quilts that they're needing to do. And I'm newer and I'm not as like established. I don't have a wait list or anything like that. So when I get quilts in, I'm able to really just like get started on them as soon as I get them and quilt them out and send them back pretty quick. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Sure, send them on over here. So congratulations. Oh, thank you so much. I have to do a belly pose for Teresa before I go and watch my yachting show that I'm kind of obsessed with now. But there's baby Archie, and he's getting big. He is about 15 inches long and over 2 pounds, and he can hear me now. He's the size of like a bunch of bananas or something like that. And if I were to have him right now, he's got like a 95% chance of living. So he's like reached the viability stages and everything. So that's nice. I don't anticipate him coming out anytime soon, hopefully. But yeah, very, very happy. He's growing. The clients in U-Quilts now will certainly be happy down the road when you're really famous. Well, I don't know if I'll be really famous, but hopefully I can like grow and just have, people at least know that I'm an option to send quilts to. So, yeah. Look at that baby bump. Doo-doo. I actually feel like it's not that big. For my 4th baby, you'd think I would just be like, woo. I'm 27 weeks. 27 weeks. And usually, I don't know, maybe this is big and I'm just like totally not, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I'm pregnant most days. Your baby bump is beautiful. What's the name of your show? It's called Below Deck Mediterranean, and it's on Peacock. And we got Peacock during Black Friday because they had a deal where it was like $1 for a subscription. It was $1 a month for a whole year. So we're like $12 for a show subscription. Let's do it. So it's on there, and it's about people who work on a yacht. And it's really interesting, like the whole crew and everything. Oh my goodness, you have a basketball in there. Oh my, yeah. I think like a couple weeks ago, TMI, but my app said that my uterus was the size of a soccer ball. So maybe it's the size of a basketball now. Who knows? But yeah. You should check it out, Kathy. It's a really interesting show. There's like some romance, there's drama, there's a lot. I really like it. I'm on season 2 now. I just finished season 1. So, gosh, I'm like out of breath. Gotta breathe. Okay, so we quilted the quilt. I'm glad that I was able to come on live tonight and chat with you all. The next stage is labeling all of them and binding them, and then I'll take some videos probably and pictures for my Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, I can post them on my community tab as well. If you are on Instagram, you can find me at Goody Goods on there. I share a lot of my projects on there. I'm a lot more consistent on there. I sometimes share little tidbits of like my day and my kids and stuff. So you can always follow me on there if you want. You can also message me through there. I can't wait to see baby Archie. I'm so excited too. We almost like Austin. We should bring the laptop and do like a live from the hospital room.
I don't know if they want
like the second day, maybe not the day of, but maybe like the next day, do a live. Like, how fun would that
I
be?
don't think you're gonna be in the mood to do a live.
I won't be moving really well, but we can like put the laptop on my little like food tray or something. So we'll see. Maybe I want to at least come on like maybe when we get home and like show him, because it's exciting. And you guys have followed me through like literally when I was like only 4 weeks pregnant. I was like 5 or 6 weeks pregnant, and I was like so excited. Yeah. So we will definitely be showing baby Archie. We've got like 13 weeks left, less than 13 weeks. That's exciting. I recently found you. When is your due date? We are due in March. So, yeah, maybe we'll go live in the hospital. That would be kind of fun. We'll see how like post C-section Beth is doing at that point. I feel like I'm kind of a champ though. I usually get up and walk around and hold my own pretty well while recovering. And it's the 4th time, so hopefully my body's like, a C-section? This ain't nothing. You got this. Well, I would love it, but I wouldn't want to intrude on your moment. Well, I think maybe the next day or like the day we go home. I think. I definitely want to come on and show them off because I'm so excited. You guys are my friends, so. All right. Well, I'm going to go lay down and drink some water, find a snack, watch a show, and yeah, I'll see you all very soon, hopefully. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm giving you all a big hug. Thank you for all the shout outs and trying to get me to 1,000. I really appreciate it. I really am just happy with the people that I've connected with already. So, oh, Donna! Donna, you're hopping on right when I'm saying goodbye. Hey. I'm just hopping off. I finished quilting this quilt. Let's see, I'll show you. This is the Chiefs one. I already showed this on Instagram. That's the Chiefs one. I'll show them real quick and then I'll hop off for Donna. And then it's a football on the other side. And it has all of the Chiefs, like football and helmet and all that. That's that one. And then we just quilted this one tonight. And it's another football on one side. And it's Steelers fabric on the other. And we did orange peels, and yellow thread, which is so fun. That's what it looks like on the back. So we just quilted that one. I need to square it up still. The Chiefs one's squared up. And then this one's finished, but I need to put a label on it. I'm just going to do a patch. And it's an office one. So, and the back is just yardage. But I quilted beets on it. There's beets, like the vegetable. So that's kind of fun. So these are all for one order. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. I love you all. Thank you for hopping in and keeping me company. Good night, Donna. Your interview was great tonight. Thank you for giving me shout outs. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.